Japanese Grand Prix is underway. Watch Piastri, race leader Piastri, past one Mercedes, past two Mercedes, third to the lead, and he's brought Charles Leclerc to second place. Both the Mercedes crawled off the line, Lando Norris to third. Game on in Japan. It's Piastri, Leclerc and Norris.
And Antonelli, the pole sitter, has tumbled down even further than that. Hamilton's come past him as well. I love how punchy both the McLarens and the Ferraris feel about it. We mentioned Oscar's been flying off the line, and the initial launch, the drop of the clutch, it was all there for him. Through he goes.
Speed, huge speed, and not a contest. Antonelli past Hamilton, he recovers a place. He's up to P5.
Ocon now on the prowl.
We go to 130R, the two French drivers taking the sensible route to not go side by side through one of the fastest corners on the racetrack. And Hadjar coming back against his teammates. Why is he deciding to tuck back in? He hangs on to ninth.
Yeah, so that is just a function of Verstappen using energy to pass Hadjar. Hadjar then having a bit to come back, but he's used it, is not efficient, he's not made it through, so boom, Ocon comes past.
Also making a place, George Russell up to third. So that is Mercedes power against Mercedes power, and Russell gets through. The battery comes across the line, that's George Russell, and he disappears past Charles Leclerc to second place into the first turn of the racetrack. Russell making up the positions. Russell to the inside of the chicane, and George Russell undoes the damage of the start and takes the lead.
Has he got any battery left, though? Because Piastri's harvesting was extreme there. I think he was waiting for a chance to sweep straight back through.
Is it going to be pass and repass again? You bet it is. Oscar Piastri finding the Grand Prix this year and fighting for it. He retakes the lead.
Antonelli's closer here on Norris. This will be a great chance.
So is this the moment for Kimi Antonelli? He has the inside line into the chicane. Can Lando Norris do what his teammate did and pass him back into turn number one? Pass and repass has been such an element, but it looks like Antonelli is clear for the moment.
If we hold track position, I think we can hang up to this. Copy, Oscar, understood.
It's been coming. There it is. Kimi Antonelli up to third. Two Mercedes now in the fight for Grand Prix victory. Oh, he nearly dropped it. My word. That's going to give Charles Leclerc a chance immediately. Trying to get the power down, trying to use all the 1,000 horsepower out of the 18th and final corner, and he's reopened the door. They're going for the fresher rubber. Oscar Piastri's strong weekend saw him lead onto the 19th lap of the Grand Prix. But he wants a strategy that does not allow Mercedes to have the fresh rubber. Really needs a clean stop, really gets a clean stop for George Russell. 3 seconds across the line, and the net race lead for Oscar Piastri. Not just a contender, but crucially ahead of one Mercedes. What can Antonelli now do with clear air, with his teammate nowhere near? We've got a yellow flag out, that could change the race. It is a big crash for Ollie Behrman. It will change the race. Behrman off the road and into the barriers.
So that'll be a safety car, and that'll be a gift for Kimi Antonelli, who stayed out.
Unbelievable! In comes Kimi Antonelli, who dropped down to 6th position on the opening lap, but he is going to be delighted with that timing because Antonelli peels back and Antonelli takes P1, having made his stop. Lewis Hamilton will be out behind Oscar Piastri, and it's very tight between Hamilton and Russell, but Russell making sure he got to the safety car line.
Let's have a look at the crash.
Behrman avoiding action around the Alpine, heavily into the barrier, and the British driver finds the wall on a hugely quick part of the racetrack. Colapinto, the driver in front.
Yeah, so Colapinto slowing and then moving to the middle of the road quite late on, surprising Behrman, who came with a huge closing speed.
Antonelli coming back to green flag racing, which flies around Suzuka, and it's Antonelli, Piastri, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, and then Lando Norris. Max Verstappen looks like he's timed things nicely in the left-hand side, but it's the battle further back, and an easy pass. Lewis Hamilton through. Lewis Hamilton to third position, and on a restart again, it's gone wrong for Russell. Whoa, problem for George Russell. George Russell loses a place for Charles Leclerc, who is up to 4th position, and George Russell, going from contending at the front, drops to the back of the pack, and this difficult day is unfolding for Russell, who is now behind both Ferraris.
So he just starts slowing. It's got absolutely nothing. No, he's got a bigger issue. That is not just energy deployment there.
Close between the Ferraris once again. Nothing between the Ferraris once again. In Formula 1 2026, every time we put on a Grand Prix, these two seem to be glued together. And now we're building up to 200 miles per hour. Lewis Hamilton ahead, but for how much longer? Charles Leclerc takes the racing line, and Charles Leclerc takes third place, but they're nearly making contact again. Brilliant battling once more. Charles Leclerc third, Lewis Hamilton fourth. It's turned into a difficult weekend. George Russell bemoaning his luck and the timing of the safety car, but surely this time it's going to be a pass. Hamilton goes to the inside, Russell sweeps on by, and George Russell takes fourth. Lewis Hamilton is also on the radio, constantly asking what's going on with his deployment, and there's a lock-up for Hamilton, a multiple race winner around this circuit.
He needs to give the position. We're on it.
That's the battle for third, but the battle for fifth is about to change. Told you, through goes Lando Norris, and the McLaren man is able to get by. He's up to fifth place as Hamilton's form that looks so good on the restart looks pretty good down to turn one as well. He waits and he takes the place back. Oh, here's the chance. It's been coming and there it is. But look at what corner it is. Is that the move complete for George Russell, or will Charles Leclerc be able to get by? Lando Norris is close with Lewis Hamilton behind as well. Over the line we go, and it looks like George Russell has done enough if he can defend it into turn one. Charles Leclerc sweeping back though, and he retakes his place on the podium. Norris to the inside of the chicane. Lando Norris takes fifth place. Can he hang on to it this time with 2 laps to go? Kimi Antonelli wins the Japanese Grand Prix and leads the championship at 19 years of age. Oscar Piastri finally started a Grand Prix. It's been a great one for him. Second place, well earned for the Australian driver, and Charles Leclerc hangs on by 0.4 of a second.
Get in there, Kimi. Good effort, man. Good effort.
Yes, man. Whoa, let's go, man. Oh.
The unmistakable Kimi Antonelli onto the podium. A wonderful moment for Kimi Antonelli. A second consecutive Grand Prix win. And it's a very happy podium. Pass, repass, and repass again. But once Antonelli hit the front, no one looked like catching him. Back-to-back wins for Mercedes and Kimi Antonelli.